Hey everybody, I wanted to send a brief message to you all. In the midst of everything that's happening in social media, I figured it'd be nice to have a word of encouragement, um, just to share with folks, get some optimism out there in the land. I this week was dealing with a little bit of discouragement and disappointment. And in my time of prayer, God began to ask me some questions. And I always get a little frustrated when God asks me things. It's like, God, you're God. You know the answer to this, right? And then it's the rhetorical question. I need you to know um, that you also know this too. So he asked me, what is there to be disappointed about? And I really thought about that. Why am I disappointed? And it boiled down to me being disappointed because there were things that I had hoped for and believed would happen a particular way. And when it didn't happen that way or at all, it made me question some things. That's thunder. It made me question some things. And he took me back to a time, I think I was 22. It was my second year of teaching. And I went to 5 o'clock prayer in the morning. And one of the elders there brought a book to me. It was Joyce Meyer's The Battlefield of the Mind. And he said, I'm going to share this with you. And I don't know why the Lord wants me to share it with you, but he told me you would know exactly why I shared this. And it was just a paragraph. And Joyce Myers talked about frustration. And she said that frustration is the difference between reality and what you expect to happen. Reality is here and you expect to be here. And the difference between there is frustration. And the only thing you can control is the difference between what you expect and what is really happening. And I thought, well, wow, I have to lower my expectations in order to lower my frustration. Well, that sucks, especially when I've been taught my whole life to have high standards and to have high expectations. And then God said to me, well, then the expectation you have, is it in me or is it in yourself? Do you have high expectations of other people? In my word, I say your expectation will not be cut short. It's because you're believing me, but you can't control people and you can't control circumstances. You have very limited ability to do that. And so I had to accept that perhaps I had created a golden calf, so to say, of my own expectations and what I thought the process of this manifestation should look like. And I had become discouraged because when it didn't play out in life the way it had played out in my head, I thought that for some reason God just dropped the ball on it. And that wasn't the case, or that for some reason I just couldn't get to this place. And I was trying to figure out why, and I got discouraged. So I wanted to share that with you. Discouragement and disappointment, it's a common experience. And a lot of times people don't talk about it because they are ashamed, or they really don't know, or they try to act like I got it all together and I'm never discouraged because I'm just believing God. I'm blessed and highly favored. Amen. But that's not the case. A lot of people are giving up on their dreams, giving up on their future, giving up on God because they're discouraged or they're disappointed. And the fact of the matter is, I realize, and I hope in my sharing this with you that you realize it as well. We just don't know enough about ourselves. We don't know enough about life. We have a very finite understanding and an even more limited perspective. We just don't know all the details to know what God has in store for us, or what his best idea of life and his best version of our life is. I may want a thing, but that particular thing may not be the best thing. Or I may want it to work out this way and God may want it to work out that way. I just don't know. So it forces me to trust the big invisible God of my life. He says, I'm able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or think according to the power that worketh in you. So that means I have to work the power to trust God, even when it's easier to trust the tangible and the visible things that I see in front of me, because I'm very intentional. I'm not a controlling person. I don't like to control people, but I like to control me. And when things become unpredictable and I can't figure it out, I'll just simply pull back because that's safe for me. And God is showing me every day, Latoya, you've got to trust me. I know what you need, not for today, but I know what you need in 10 years from now. I know what you're going to need in 20 years from now. And I'm going to process you and your faith in a way that I get the best out of you. So I hope that you are encouraged by that. If you've experienced or are experiencing disappointment and discouragement, I challenge you to do like I'm doing, recalibrate yourself. I'm acknowledging that, God, you know what? It's probably really good that thing didn't work out for me, and I'm okay with that. That's a bullet that I've dodged. That's a pit that I didn't have to fall into, and I trust you. I trust you that you got my best interests at heart. So I hope that encourages you. Have a great evening.